we are launched the AI bootcamp, not in the coding side, but actually in how we can use AI to help them either to as a career or actually to do their business even better.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Gaining the Technology Leadership Edge. And today I have a very special guest with me, quite the innovator in the technology industry. Today, my guest is Matt Falk. Welcome to the show, Matt.
Well, thank you for having me, Mike. Good morning.
No problem. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your technology background? Let's start there.
Yes. So, I've been working on the tech for many years, starting out with IBM, AT&T, and many startups in the Silicon Valley Bay Area, but mostly on the enterprise applications. So I worked on CRM, BI, and business intelligence. Now it's sort of part of the AI. So telecommunications, but the cool thing about this is that I also pretty much worked on the CRM, which is really the core that we've been sort of working on, and also learning management system. So if you can sum it up, enterprise application software is my cup of tea.
Well, I also noticed that you've taught students on international business and IT topics.
Yes, I've been as an online adjunct professor for many years. I taught MBA, IT service management, digital transformation, and all the rest. In fact, we are launched the AI bootcamp already. So this is one of the things that we want to help the people, anyone actually want to learn about AI, not in the coding side, but actually in how we can use AI to help them either to as a career or actually to do their business even better. Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So, AI is all the rage right now, and people are finally figuring out that, like, to use a tool like ChatGPT, you need to understand how to prompt it correctly. It kind of makes me chuckle because it reminds me of when I was teaching my teenagers how to use Google. They couldn't get results that I knew were there, and I'm like, well, it's how you ask the question that matters. And so I think the same with AI. So what kind of career paths do you see coming out in the AI industry, maybe now and in the future?
Wow, that's a great question. Especially everyone's worrying about, oh man, are we going to lose my jobs and that sort of thing, right? Well, I think I'm more on the optimistic camp, obviously, because just like any technologies in the past 2 or 3, 50 decades, right? There's always a way. When we had started with internet, then people worried about, are we going to lose all my business, what they would call brick and mortar, right? And then, then it didn't happen, right? Still, it's coexist, right? And then now last 12 years, we got the social media and all sort of thing, right? I look at AI as a new super powerful tools and application that can help all of us to do more with less. And that's it. And that's the key. Do more with less so that we can work on other more complex issues, right? I mean, there's always work to do. I mean, I think many tech leaders always said that, right? Is there going to be no problem that we cannot solve, or is there going to be? There's always a problem that there's always a way to improve better, right? So, having said that, I think there's going to be more jobs that will be opened up. But then, of course, that the skill set would be more different, right? So that I think the basic needs are there. There are going to need more people to learn how to use the AI application to transform their industries. And that's exactly what we're actually doing right now for my company. My new company, AIX Network. So the short answer is it's going to be huge untapped opportunities for the right people, for the right mindset, and the right skills, I would say.
So let's explore a little bit. You have a company called Easy Expo, and I saw in my research that you have a virtual collaborative network that really intrigues me. And it says it's free from silos. So could you tell me a little bit about that?
I actually want to share with you a new company. It's called AIX Network, and E6 was all part of it. I'm glad you brought that up because we actually started the whole vision that you really, in order for any company to have a hybrid growth, right? You gotta have what we call, and these two think tanks already confirmed that you gotta have what they call digital network ecosystem or partner network ecosystem. And they came out with this report during the pandemics. That was, well, we definitely love it, right? I mean, that's exactly validated everything we've been working on all these years. Part of the fact that is that this is sort of based on collaborative marketing. Right. So if you build out a network ecosystem that can help everyone to do more with less in terms of connecting all the dots, it will take out all the friction. And when you take out all the friction, magic happens, right? The magic happens, meaning that you will be able to get more leads and traffic. Right, and then that's not just the leads and traffic, but also we focus on three pillars of what every company needs. It's obviously leads and traffic. Second is training, which is knowledge transfer. Now we actually bumped that up. You know, with AI, just online training is not good enough. It's already kind of the old technologies, right? You have to upgrade to knowledge transfer, right? With the AI, ChatGPT, we all have seen the power, right? When you have enough content, they can actually read all the stuff and be able to respond with you like an AI chatbot. Now, of course, the third thing is the recruiting side.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I noticed something interesting recently, and I wonder what your thoughts on this are. Because I personally think this is an interesting use of AI, but being a frequent user of Amazon, I live in Las Vegas and I can almost literally order something now and get it here in a couple of hours. We have so many Amazon warehouses and delivery drivers. But one of the things Amazon is doing is, they've always had the customer reviews at the bottom and they give you a score. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, in the past, it's never been super helpful because you look at the score and it's like, well, why does this have a 3.5 out of 5? And then you start picking things like they used to show you the little subjects like ease of use or whatever was there, longevity, battery life. Well, now they're using AI, and what AI is doing is it's reading the comments that are put in the reviews, and then it's giving you a summary of customers thought the following about this product. And as more and more and more reviews are added, it starts emphasizing things that were emphasized more. And I mean, I personally think it's brilliant because then in a quick sweep, I can see it's a 3.5, and this is why.
You just point out one of the amazing feature of AI is be able to take many data points, right? Content from multiple stakeholders, right? Given what you just point out is a perfect use case for consumer part. And that same feature and technology that you can apply to almost any business. In fact, we actually we have the similar feature as well in our platform. Just think about it from a multiple dimensions, right? One is from the user perspective, right? You try to make a decision on certain things, and you need some data point to help you to make that decision. And then the AI basically helps you to pull all the data, right? Relevant data needed for you to make a decision. Now that is a game changer. What we are, and this is really about convenience, right? Usually take hours or even days or weeks to pull all these data, right? Now it take about a few minutes or even seconds. Now that is the power, not just for the big company, but down to the user level. Now, this is one thing people don't realize what that means. But people only use the ChatGPT is all good for copywriting and that stuff. But that piece of data, that piece of feature is so powerful. In fact, let me go beyond that. Is that imagine we got 50 companies, 100 companies. They are involved with certain discussion, pretty complex discussion. And let's say you'll be able to type any subject matter, and the AI be able to pull all the data, relevant data, and show you, oh, you are looking for this. Here's information from so and so. These are real data, not just fake data. These are all private data, right? So you don't have to worry about whatever. You have a link to trace it back to it. Now that is amazing, right? Think about that. And this is what I always say, that one-off event is gone. It's ongoing event is here. Why? Because you need the data. You need the content to provide valuable insights to every stakeholder. And we are the only company actually provide a platform that connects all the different organizations and help them to host either on-demand events or real-time or hybrid events and work.
Like, I noticed with AIX Network, you had mentioned there are 3 pillars, and one of them was recruiting. How does AIX Network help companies with recruiting?
One thing about recruiting is similar to lead generation, because that there are basically you got employers, you got job seekers, right? And both have their own criteria. We are looking for XYZ, right? From the employer side. And then the job seeker side, they're looking for a job based on my qualification, right? So there are certain matchmaking that we need to do. I think the AI is really about sort out all these data and provide a matchmaking, sort of personalizations. So based on your criteria, you will be here are the jobs available that might be fit into what you're looking for. And same thing for the employer side. Here are the list of candidates with these criteria or qualification that you might be interested. So we can definitely use the AI to sort that out, and then provide a seamless, and that basically help both the employer and the job seeker save a lot of time. Right? It's all about saving time and money. And why you want to talk to someone without screening them in terms of qualification. Now, obviously, today's technology is still fairly limited, and that's actually opened up a lot of opportunities on the AI side.
It's interesting because it does it in a non-emo. I think it works because it does it in a non-emotional way. And for any listeners that might have like doubts about that, I've told this story before, but I read an article about a woman whose child went to like a birthday party where they had those bouncy toys, right? And a few weeks after that, they started throwing up, and they were constantly sick, running a fever, all these different symptoms. And she went through specialist after specialist, and no one could identify what was wrong with her child. And so then, like, the child had an MRI, they had a CT scan, and she had all the medical reports. And so one night she was, sitting, as most parents would do when their young child is really ill and they can't figure out why. She was sitting at her laptop, and she literally keyed in all the data from the MRI report, the CT scan, all the medical records into ChatGPT. And it came back with a diagnosis for her. She then took that to her neurologist, who looked at it and said, I would have never thought of this, but you know what? That's a possibility. And it turned out that it was correct. Part of the reason for that is that what ChatGPT did was it just took a non-emotional look at the data it was providing, and it said, all right, it must be this. And I think it's the same thing with hiring somebody. You take out the emotional aspect. Like, I don't know, all of us have had the situation where someone comes in dressed in kind of an unusual fashion sense, and that can skew your opinion of them, and yet they might be the best candidate for the job. You don't know. So I think AI can really definitely do a number for that for people. I think recruiting is one area where it's kind of formulaic. You know what you want. Person has skills. Do they match? And you know what? Then you just have to figure out, is it a good culture fit? And that sort of thing. So you also mentioned, using AI to help bring in leads and traffic. So how do you do that?
That's a great question. So what we are what done in this AIX network is be able to leverage the ChatGPT technologies we have built over 4 or 5 AI applications. So the SEO booster is one. We leverage the ChatGPT technology to create a app. I call the SEO booster. Basically, what it does is help anyone to create a custom SEO blog post and be able to feed it to their WordPress in a matter of few minutes based on your business keyword, and then it will automatically create a SEO keywords that fit into your business. And the cool thing about this is it takes only a few minutes to do that, and then you can actually edit it. You can actually insert images or videos, and then at your it's make it so convenient. Now that's one app that the SEO retainer fee is not quite affordable. It's actually charged about a typical average fee is about $500 to thousands of dollars. So we actually offer this SEO booster app for free for anyone that's part of the network. Now, the second application that we offer is the social networking, which is another powerful application that we can actually enable everyone share the contents and be able to schedule it and actually share across all social media. And then of course we have the AI chatbot as well. All these are help not only to drive the traffic and leads, but actually creating a vibrant called the smart community. Imagine you got 25 companies or 50 companies in your network and be able to share those content across all social media channels. It's like having 25 companies doing the work for you. Instead of you pay them, they even pay you. And that is a game changer.
And so tell me how someone gets involved with AIX Network so that they can take advantage of the help that you're offering. How do they do that?
Oh yeah, well, first of all, they're welcome to reach out to us on our website, book a meeting. It's AIXnetwork.net. And also I'm on LinkedIn. Feel free to reach out to me. And we have newsletter every week to educate everyone. We just post a newsletter how we can help franchise. One thing I learned from many different companies is that many companies spend a lot of money on online ads, man. And we talk about from 10,000 to even 100,000. So if they can just allocate a small percentage of that to build out the smart, what we call the smart community, right there, right here. We call the smart community, SCN, and that would be even more sustainable long term because you actually promote your customer and partners, on every single day, and then you can actually mine all these data as well to help all the customers to do more with less.
And how much assistance do you give them with that?
But we have consultants actually provide all the coaching. We just don't throw the technology over the fence. We actually work as a partners. Our goal is to help build this whole SCN smart collaborative network in every niche so that we can connect all the dots and drive a vibrant network ecosystem, just like what social media has done from a user perspective. We want to build out for the B2B's perspective, right? So that you may have. Here's one thing that most people are not really focusing on is that they have partners and network customers, right? That they might have business for each other. Right. So why not give you one example, right? Let's say you are in franchise, you have a franchise business for business, and then you have multiple franchisee in every local community. And
Okay.
let's say this franchise is a business advisor, right? You have a perfect example to leverage a platform like AIX Network and build out a smart community in every location so that you can bring all the local stakeholders be part of it and then actually promote everyone's business. And that's the whole idea. By doing so, in essence, you actually help lower your online ad spend because now you got more traffic organically from your partners and customers. And at the same time, you can even profit from it. Because our cost is so low. So you actually have one stone hit three birds, right? You save money, you accelerate traffic from multiple sources, and then third, you can profit from it. So that is a game changer. Now that is only one hub. Imagine you got multiple franchisees all connected together. Now you got a pretty amazing traffic engine, for your niche that nobody has.
Right. Yeah, no, I can definitely see huge upside to that.
Mm-hmm.
How has the business been going? Like, how's the growth been? Have you been?
It's been great. We're actually working with multiple channels, the franchise and multiple niches that really are looking for a new way of doing business. And this is really the game changer, right? I mean, this AI, it's only 1.0, right? This ChatGPT is only 1 year old. So imagine next year, I think that's going to be even huge. This is why everyone should at least to look into this sort of a solution and give it a try, right? That will really help them to totally transform the industries and bring the customer even closer and stick together, and also the partners as well.
Yeah, no, I think more and more companies are going to find that. I mean, I know people think that they're using, advanced AI when they're using something like ChatGPT, but you made a good point earlier. It's mostly about copywriting.
Mm-hmm.
I've read interesting things like people using it for planning trips, places like, what are some places I should see? And they say it's faster than doing Google for that, because it actually kind of incorporates opinions from other people as to, this was good, but this was a waste of time. If you Google's just going to say, oh, here's 5 things you should go see, in this city. And a lot of it's going to depend on what that city's pushing. Like, I live here in Las Vegas, and so there's always something going on here. And if you Google like activities to do in Vegas, a lot of times conventions come up that have absolutely nothing to do with you. So it's like, why would you even care? And ChatGPT seems to take care of that. But I think as this technology grows and becomes more prevalent, people are going to see more and more how they can leverage it. Because you made a great point earlier. It's about being able to do more with less. And I mean, it reminds me, way back, I worked with I was a CTO for a restaurant delivery service, and they were having problems raising their profit per transaction. And the biggest problem was that they had way too many people on a call. They were taking calls, and their website was only bringing in like 5% of their business. I managed to turn that around and push it up to 85% of their business. Well, then they started to see double and triple the profit per transaction, because now they're not having to pay a person to take that order. The website became their number one order taker, and I can only imagine what the future might hold for AI integrating with website. So instead of these dumb chat bots that have to be programmed with answers, an AI chat bot may actually, especially if you give it access to the right data, may actually be a complete game changer for that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Thoughts
absolutely. That's exactly what we're doing is to provide everyone a AI chatbot. They can actually feed content, relevant content for different categories, and they can actually take that same AI chatbot for put it on their website or 80 pages. So I think the future it's gonna be more about connecting with the right informations and take out a lot of frictions and make it automated in every touch point. So this is really the next big thing for everybody. At AIX Network, we are actually moving to that direction. So we actually have all the key components that fully integrated so that it can take out a lot of frictions, a lot of touch points. We don't have to go through many silos, so to speak.
Right, right. That's like my approach. I've always used like a decentralized approach to everything. I think it's just a simpler, easier to manage process. So anyway, this has been a great conversation. Really appreciated you being here. I'm sure my listeners are going to want to reach out. So you'd mentioned being able to book a call, to talk to you, to your team. How can they go about doing that?
Yeah, just go to AIXnetwork.net. That's my new website. Or you can go to easy-expo.com. We just book a meeting that we actually can have a free consultation, how we can help everyone to do more with less. And that's really the whole idea about technologies anyway. It's not just AI or anything. It's about make it simple, make it affordable, make it easy so that we don't have to worry about anything, right?
Yeah, no,
And then
exactly.
we got a newsletter on LinkedIn as well. Please subscribe to me. Just put my name there. You will see my newsletter every week, actually.
All right, great. Well, those will get into the notes and into the YouTube description. But thanks again for being here. I really appreciate it. It's been a great conversation.
Well, thank you, Mike. It's been my pleasure to be here and hope this will help everyone to do more with less.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for being here for another episode of Gaining the Technology Leadership Edge. We'll be back next week with another episode.